All right, here we go. 1965 Z swirl. Woo! Hard to starboard. I'll put my sunglasses on. All right, here we are. Oh, look at that smoke cloud. Great. I really want an electric outboard, so here we are leaving Douglas Harbor. And we've got about a 10-15 minute ride out to where we're building the 16 by 20 A-frame cabin. Today's a super exciting day because we're assembling all the A's and standing them up. So this is really the day where it's going to start looking like a cabin. Beautiful out here. Here we go. What a day.
Going for bloopers today.
So we got our first A-frame put together, and now we're going to go ahead and stand it up. The easiest way that we've found to do this is to just assemble them one at a time and stand them up one at a time. In different situations, like if you were building flat on the ground, you could build all the A's just off the platform over there on the ground, and then you could just slide them up onto here one at a time. And if you had a couple more people, like 3 people, same thing, you could assemble them all separately. So today, we're just going to assemble them one at a time, and we're going to go ahead and stand it up. What I do is I do this with a rope. Good. I'm going to get right to the end of this. I can send it up. Wow. It looks huge now, huh? Okay, let's just be.
Is that not quite long enough to?
No, it's actually perfect. Okay. A little more?
Feels pretty straight to me. We're.
Oh yeah, it is. Right there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get a screw. Well, that wasn't too bad. Alright. Pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a great angle. I'm just trying to keep a hand on it. Feels like it could pretty easily still go over.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, hopefully by the last one, we're really gonna have that down and we can give you a better try. Okay, there's the first A-frame up. So we're gonna go ahead and get that squared up, fastened in place, and we're gonna keep moving. So behind me, we've got the first A erected. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the steps that we did real quick as an overview. So the first thing that we did is we screwed a 3x6 down onto the foundation timbers so that when we stood this up, it couldn't slide off the end. And I'll show you that again for the next A-frame that we're going to stand up. So after the A-frame was stood up, we centered it on the foundation. We keep our foundation timbers a perfect 12 inches in. So on both sides, we centered it at exactly 12 inches. And we made a mark on the A-frame so we know exactly where it's going to be. Next thing you need to do is set your A's as square as you can. Set your A's square to the foundation. So the way we do that is the exact same process as how we squared up the cedar piling foundation layout. And you can see that in one of our other videos. So we're going to use a 3-4-5 right triangle to square up this A-frame. 3-4-5 triangle means that a triangle that is 3 feet on one leg, 4 feet on the other leg, and 5 feet on the long side is a perfect 90-degree right angle. You can multiply the 3, 4, 5 by any number to make that a bigger triangle. So in this case, we're going to multiply it times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 3 is 15. So this is a really easy way to just get perfectly square. Go ahead, measure like this. And you're going to measure all the way out to 9 feet here. and make a mark. Come over here, measure to 12 feet, and this is all right there from the inside of that beam, so you need to be really careful about that. Where it's 9 feet from right there, it's 12 feet from right there, and could you hold this one more time, Oliver? We'll just double check for fun. I don't see your mark anymore. Oh, it's way over there. So then we pull our tape across here, and exactly 15. So now we've got the A-frame squared to the foundation, and we've got it, the overhang equal on both sides. And then you just go along and you put in these big 10-inch screws. All I was going to do here when I give him his drill back. Here we go. And these are pre-drilled as well. They go in at a little bit of an angle, so you just want to look, kind of see how they go in at this angle. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. So you just want to make sure that you let those screws just naturally follow the hole. And that's in order for them to be put in easy, and it's also for them to really lock the A-frames down. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do the middle too, aren't we? So here, we're fastening that A-frame down to the foundation timbers. They're fastened with two 10-inch timber lock screws. And it's really an awesome fastening. Okay, so the next step, after you have your first A-frame squared and fastened in place, is to pull the layout for the rest of the A-frame. So to do that, you need to hook your tape right on the very outside edge of your first A-frame. And you might need a helper to hold it there for you. The A-frames are laid out just under 3 foot. It's 34 1/4. These numbers will be listed in your construction plan, and I'll just read them off to you real quick. So you just hook your tape on that outer edge, and the first mark is at 34 1/4 with the X on this side. So that means that the joists are all going to be on this side of the line, just like this. The line starts there, the joist is on this side, the line starts here, joist is on this side. Second one is 68 1/2, put an X on the right. 102 3/4, X on the right. 137. Give me a listen to these Olivers to make sure I'm
7 right.
Yep. 171 1/4. 205 1/2. And then 20. So the A-frame is exactly 20 feet long. So when you get to 20, you put the X on this side. So now we're ready to assemble the rest of the A-frame. So since we're building it up in the air and we don't have any flat area around us, we're just going to assemble them one at a time, and we're going to stand them up. If you were working in a nice flat area, you could assemble the A's right beside it, or the best thing would be like right behind it. You could assemble them all and then just slide them out one at a time and stand them up. If you got a forklift, or if you got some other people, or if you got a crane, it's really easy. They're really easy to set with a crane or a forklift because you hang it right from the top. It's just perfectly balanced. You can just set them. They're also really easy to stand up with 2 people, and you know, get a couple more people, it's gonna be that much easier. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to put together another A-frame. and then we'll just show you some various shots as we go through the day of standing these A-frames up. We should be able to get them all up today with no problem. So here we're assembling our second A-frame. So the A-frames come pre-cut, they're half-lapped, so they join together. They're pre-drilled, and they're labeled. They only can go together one way, the way this works out with the joints. So all you do here, you want to do the peak Oliver and I'll do this one, is just bring them together. Isn't that sweet? Bring this one together. Oh, that's so sweet. Beautiful. And we're gonna go ahead and fasten them in place. So they go together really easily. You can just hold them together tightly and they're good. If I was having any struggle, we'd put a quick grip clamp, a little clamp across here to pull them tight, but they fit so nice, they just go right together. You go ahead and put your screws right in the pre-drilled hole. And you want to sink them not too deep, just till they're almost flush. Beautiful. And these are just awesome, awesome, awesome screws. These are my favorite thing, headlock. They got these fat heads, just absolutely awesome. So I'll hold this, let me pull it together a little bit. That's it. Yep. Beautiful. Yep. More here. There, you can put them in all. Yep. Yep. And one of us cut a little deep on that top one, isn't that funny? Beautiful. Beautiful. That is such a cool joint. You can see it finished here. So this rafter coming down actually sits on top of the floor joist and then is half lapped. Really, really, really cool. So there's our second A-frame. So we're just gonna put them together one at a time and stand them up. If we were in a situation where we had the room, we would put them all together out there and then we'd slide them this way and just stand them up one at a time. So let's stand up our second A-frame. It's looking great. It's gonna go better than our last one, you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the last few. It's gonna be interesting.
There's gonna be some fun ones. Okay. First thing we'll do, let's slide it this way. So first step to standing up the A-frame is you're going to want to take one of the 3x6s, screw it down with the 10-inch screws exactly on your layout line so that you can stand the A-frame right up against it, fasten the A-frame down, and then this piece will come out. So this is a temporary block that allows you to stand the A-frame up without it sliding, and it also puts you right on the layout. contact is nice with those big batteries on it. Cool. So there's our second A-frame up in place. When we get the next one up, the third one here, we'll be able to run our braces just on the flat from this A-frame, just straight up like this. And we'll put one on both sides so that everything here is locked together. And then from there on, all we do is we put little clips between the A-frames as we're going. So I'll show you that. We're going to go ahead here and send in the two 10-inch fasteners into every one of these foundation beams. You can see here we've got our third A-frame put together. And Oliver is putting the screws through all the joints. This camera kills me because I love it so much, but you have to hold it so steady. It's like you really have to try. Beautiful. So here you can see, this is a really cool the way we join these up. The half laps at the top. That's actually a traditional joint. And then we use that same joint for the A-frame corners.
We're just gonna walk this one all the way up.
Ready? Ah, we have more control of that than I expected. Weird. You know what I mean? Okay. So here Oliver is pre-drilling for those big Timberlux screws to fasten your A-frame down to the foundation timbers. So these holes will be pre-drilled in your kit. So if your foundation layout is correct and matches our plan, you'll just simply be able to use those holes. And then if for any reason you had really, like maybe you had really big wide beams and you wanted to fasten a little bit over here, this is how you do it, is you just pre-drill. Sitka spruce. Wow, it really looks good. Well, it's the end of our 4th day here at this project. We stood up 4 of the 8 A-frames today. So we're actually doing all the half lap joining while we're building this A-frame. I wanted to do it on site this time just so we can really figure it out well for the kits. So when you purchase your kit for the A-cabin, you'll be able to get all these A-frames up in one day really easily. We were able to put half of them up, and we only worked about 5 or 6 hours today, and we've been cutting and fastening, making these half-lap joints as we go. So you'll be able to put all these A-frames up in one day. So if you start out with these 3 foundation beams and you're ready for your A-cabin kit to arrive, the first day you get your kit with 1 helper, or 3 people would be really nice, you can assemble all your A's and stand them all up, and there it is. You are well on your way. You could even cover it with a tarp your first day and have a dry A cabin. You could even camp in there. So that's really, really cool. Next step you see us do is we're going to do another day of standing up the A-frame. It's going to take us about 3 or 4 hours. And from here, we're going to put 1 more A-frame up, and then we're going to assemble the last 3 A-frames on top of this floor and stand them up from inside. It's going to be pretty cool. So if you want to go through this whole process with us of finishing this A-frame cabin, we got a little bit more ways to go. Please remember to click on the like and subscribe buttons that are below my face here, below this video. And you can come back to YouTube. You can search for Second Growth Homes, click on videos, and you can see all the videos that we've been doing, and you can see everything there is about the A-cabin, and every upcoming video about us building more of these cabins. So Monday morning, the tongue and groove arrives. So the steps are very minimal for building this cabin. It's really, really cool. You erect your A's and stand them all up in one day. The next day you start doing your tongue and groove paneling. And the tongue and groove is very straightforward. You panel the floor with tongue and groove, and you panel both sides of the A-frame with tongue and groove. Next step is to put in the gable end walls, and then you install your roofing and your doors and your windows. At that point, the inside of the A-cabin appears finished. It doesn't have countertops and furniture and stuff like that, but inside it's that beautiful tongue and groove, V-groove paneling with these beautiful exposed 3x6 rafters with the edges routed. So it's really an absolute minimal number of steps to get your cabin up and have it looking just absolutely awesome here. So I'm so excited to finish this with you. I'm really excited. It's amazingly strong. I'll do one more quick video just to show you these details here, but I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever built. I really do. I love it. It's really cool. The half laps are so awesome, and those big timber screws that we're using to fasten stuff together nowadays, oh man, it just cannot be beat. So click like and subscribe. Come along with us tomorrow, and we're gonna go ahead and finish erecting this A-frame. And then Monday morning, we're gonna come in with the tongue and groove. We're gonna tongue and groove it, install standing seam metal roofing. It's just gonna be absolutely great. So we had a great week here. I couldn't be happier. I'm ready for a day off.